Hey there folks, and welcome to this video, and here I'm going to be talking about F1's We Race as One initiative. Now, it's something that was launched at the top of the week in conjunction with a broader purpose-driven movement by the FIA. And I'll read out this pledge that F1 have got up. It's, we race to compete, we race for the acceleration, we race because it's in our blood. But to change our sport for the better and change the world for good, we have to race for something bigger. For frontline workers, for inclusion and equality, for a more sustainable future, we race as one. Now, it's to do with, supposedly, the biggest issues facing the sport and global communities, fight against pandemic, and the condemnation of racism and inequality. F1's statement says, during the race weekend in Austria, teams and F1 partners will be saying thank you to key workers and individuals by displaying rainbows on cars and around the circuit. And this is an initiative that's going to carry on across the season. And I do have a lot of problems for this. The problem isn't fighting against racism and inequality. The problem isn't saying thanks to frontline workers and individuals. The problem is with the way that it's worded, the way that it's coded, and the way that it's stylistically presented. Like, I like the little rainbow that they've got with the 10 teams stacked up. But it's an appropriation of the pride flag. I mean, the way that they've coded it as well, especially with like the white, blue, and pink, which I'm going to presume is like Williams, AlphaTauri, and Racing Point. As well as after that, the grey and dark blue of Haas and Red Bull, is the Progress pride flag, which shows solidarity with black and other minority ethnicity communities, and with the trans community. And at the same time, they're saying, oh, it's to thank key workers and frontline workers. And we have to increase diversity and opportunity in the sport. They're saying for inclusion and equality, but first for frontline workers. And that's a problem I have. Like, this is a bigger problem. The fact that the rainbow's been used, an image used by the LGBT plus community. And the problem as well of unveiling it in Pride Month of all months. It's just silly. Like, I get that F1 has to say, oh, we race in Russia. We race in Bahrain. They're racing in Hungary in a couple of weeks' time. So they can't really put out a pro-LGBT plus message, otherwise the organisers might get offended. But if you're having to sacrifice the values of inclusion and equality by saying, actually, we're not going to tweet in support of Pride Month, even though sports like NASCAR have, and we're not going to tweet Black Lives Matter, even though, again, though it was talking about a livery unveiling, NASCAR have, they're like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put rainbows on the cars, because, yeah. At best, it's cowardly by F1. Because they're trying to covertly go, yeah, we support the LGBT plus community, but we're just not going to say it, because if we say it, then our fans and some promoters and sponsors might get offended. And at worst, it's just going, hey guys, we have rainbow, you like rainbow, here is rainbow. And yeah, I have to say, I was a little hurt. I felt a bit offended. I did. And I have every right to be. As a member of the LGBT plus community myself, who's been doing content this month, talking about Pride Month, who has faced homophobia for doing content about Pride Month. And that's by F1 fans. And they're going to be like, yeah, rainbow, yeah, nice. Support frontline workers. But they're still going to turn around and they're going to call me all kinds of slurs. I'll still do that. I mean, if you go through my videos, you'll see one that's got a couple of thousand views. Talk about Lewis Hamilton, talk about Black Lives Matter movement. And look at the racism that's in that comment section. F1 won't treat Black Lives Matter because it's worried it's going to annoy those people. It's cowardly. It's It's wrong. F1 needs to do better. It needs to be better. It needs to represent the way that the world is. Not worry about annoying Putin or Orban. If they don't want to race there, they can just give the race to another country. They can just go, oh yeah, we'll actually go to have a second race in the United States because, you know, same-sex marriage is legal there. Or, you know what? We decided that we weren't going to do a race in Hungary because of their repealing of anti-trans legislature. And we decided to give it to a country that actually cares about the trans community. But, of course, F1 won't really do that. That's a shame. It's the same kind of profit before people that we've been seeing throughout this pandemic. And it shows that some organisations, whilst they probably should change, don't really want to. I'm not saying that this is going to be me boycotting F1 or stopping watching F1. I still enjoy the sport and I still enjoy the athletes and they're still good role models because at least they provide positive messages. But it's horrible that they have to do it for the sport because the sport is too scared to speak up. It's disheartening. And it's why I like a series like the W Series, which isn't afraid to do that. And that's why I like series like that. And the fact that F1 hasn't tweeted about Pride Month, but NASCAR has? Come on, guys. Be more sensible. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking through with me, because it's taken me a while to sit down and record this. Not only because it's baking hot both outside and in this room, but also because this is something that affects me deeply. So thank you, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.